Welcome to episode 3 of Movie Fights, the show where I, Movie Man, pit two movies against each other and I see like which movie is better. So, on today's episode, these two movies are the last two movies I saw in the cinema. I saw both of these movies in the cinema yesterday. And these two films are John Wick Chapter 4 and Infinity Pool. And both of these movies star one of the Skarsgard brothers. John Wick Chapter 4 stars Bill Skarsgard, while Infinity Pool stars Alexander Skarsgard. So, I'm gonna put the two films against each other and let's see which movie is better. So, let's start things off with John Wick Chapter 4. So, the plot of John Wick Chapter 4 is that it's set after the events of John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum, where John basically he continues his fight against the High Table, and he basically he fights numerous assassins from other assassins across the globe, like New York, Paris, Japan, Berlin, etc. So yeah, that's kind of the gist of the plot. The cinematography in the film was really good. I think that all of these fight scenes are all shot. They're shot very well. And we even see this one fight from up top, or it's it's over the characters, and down below you see the characters fighting and stuff. So yeah, I thought the cinematography was really good. The pace in the movie was very good too. Now, this is by far the longest movie in the John Wick franchise. It is 2 hours and 49 minutes long. And I guess you could kind of feel the runtime alright, but to be perfectly honest, I wasn't too bothered by it because, I think that the film's plot really kind of helps keep me engaged, and, I think the film really uses up its runtime very well. The sounds and music was really good. The film has a great soundtrack. Just like all the previous movies, the soundtrack in this movie is brilliant, and also really love one or two of the songs that they play during the credits. The soundtrack is very good. The editing is really good. As I said earlier, the way that all of the action scenes are shot is very well, and I think that the way that all the action scenes the way they're all cropped together is done very well too. As for the characters, so for the returning characters, John is once again a badass, and he has come quite a long way since the first movie, because in the first film, it was he was taking out everybody, and he was a threat to everyone. But like now after the second and third movie now in this film, now he is the one who is at risk. Um yeah, so I thought that was done very well. Then there's the Bowery King. Just like in 2 and 3, the Bowery King has a small amount of screen time. I feel like he has a bit more screen time in this movie than he did in 3 and 4. Not by a whole pile, but he has a little more screen time in this movie. And yeah, and the scenes that he gets, he is very good. Um, then there's Charon, who is also pretty good in this movie. He actually does not have as much screen time in this film as he did in the previous 3 movies, but from the screen time we do see him, he is very good. And then there's Winston, and Winston is by far at his best in this movie. Like, even after he betrays John at the end of volume 3, or chapter 3 I should say, he's still, he's still like there for him, he still helps out throughout the movie, and so I thought that was very good. Now as for the new characters, I think my favorite of the new characters is probably Kane. Like, I really liked Kane. He had some great dialogue. He was a badass in a lot of scenes. And like, I mean, there's this one scene where it's a fight scene. Like everybody in the building is just fighting and stuff, and then here he is just eating some like sushi or whatever. That was quite funny. And like, not like, I love how his name is Kane and he literally carries a cane around with him. And yeah, yeah, it's like, not to mention, like, he literally, I mean, funny at this movie, of course, it stars Keanu Reeves and Lawrence Fishburne. Always funny is that he literally looks like Agent Smith from The Matrix. Like, I mean, like, I cannot be the only one who sees it. Then there's the Marquis Vincent de Gramont, and he's really good too. I'd say that he is probably the best villain in the John Wick series. Like, I think Bill Skarsgard does a good performance, and like, yeah, he's a really good villain. Definitely. And then there's Mr. Nobody, aka the Tracker. He was really good. I thought that he and his dog, like, they had a lot of great scenes in this movie, so yeah, I thought the two of them were very good. I thought that Shimazu Koji and his daughter, they didn't appear too much, but I thought the two of them were pretty good. And then there's also Killa. Killa is really good. Like, remember last year when Colin Farrell played the Penguin in the Batman, and like, he looked so unrecognizable. Yeah, it's the same thing in this movie with Scott Adkins as Killa. Like, I mean, Jesus, Scott Adkins, he does look unrecognizable. There's a few other pretty good characters. But then for the plot of the movie, I thought that the film had a very good plot. Just like all the previous movies, once again, like, It really carries on from the previous film very well. We get to see more of the characters in this universe, and like, yeah, I think it's done very well. Um, and the narrative structure was very good too. Like, I mean, you have the main plot about John, but like, have all these other plots with like all these other characters and stuff, and like, overall, I think it comes together very well. Um, and so John Wick Chapter 4 is a brilliant movie. Um, Probably the best movie in the John Wick series by far. Um, yeah, it's a great film, great movie. Um, so yeah, like, I mean, this is probably the last. This is like the last film we're gonna see in this franchise for like at least a while now. Like, aside from the ballerina spinoff, we're probably not gonna see another movie in this franchise for another while now. But I mean, whatever they will do with this franchise going forward, I'd love to see it. But like, yeah, it's a great film with like great action sequences, great characters, great soundtrack. Overall, it's a brilliant movie. So overall, I would give John Wick Chapter 4 a 9 out of 10. So, that was our first movie, John Wick Chapter 4. So now we come to our second film, Infinity Pool. So the plot of Infinity Pool is, there's this couple, and they're out, Williams, James, and M. Foster. They're played by Alexander Skarsgard and Cleopatra Coleman. And basically, like, they meet this mysterious woman played by Mia Goth when they're out on the resort, and like, they end up like this country that they're in, they have like a zero crime tolerance policy. So basically, they end up they end up in an accident, and like, yeah, so basically, in this country, if you like commit a crime, then there's one of two outcomes. Either you'll be executed, or if you're rich enough to afford it, you can watch yourself die instead. Now, from that plot hypnosis, you were probably wondering, like, um, what the hell does he mean by that? And if you've seen the trailer for this movie, then you might have an idea of what I mean. But I think really you should watch the movie to see for yourself. But yeah. So anyways, I thought that the film was good. I thought the film had good cinematography. Like, there was a lot of shots of like, there was a few like shots of the sea and stuff, and like, there was also there was even like close ups of like some of the characters' mouths or some of the characters' eyes and stuff, and yeah, like, with this being kind of a disturbing movie, it kind of makes sense to do stuff like that. I thought the pace was very good too. This movie isn't as long as John Wick Chapter 4. It's an hour and 58 minutes long. So it's just under 2 hours, and like, I'll admit that like the first hour of this movie does kind of fly by a bit, and and then the next half hour then also kind of flies. Now I'll admit like the last 20 minutes or so, like it does kind of go by a bit, but but for me it was an easy enough film to get through anyways. I thought the sounds and music was pretty good. The soundtrack in this movie was pretty disturbing. Of course, this being a disturbing movie, it does make sense. Um, the editing was very good. I mean, there's a lot of there's some like weird shots in this movie. All right, like some shots that like some viewers may feel a bit uncomfortable with, and there's also a lot of flashing in this movie as well, if you know what I mean. Yeah, that should be a warning to anybody who gets like epileptic seizures or whatever. Yeah, but I thought the ending in the movie was pretty good. As for the characters, I thought the main character James, he was a pretty good protagonist. Like um, I mean, like he's an author, and he hasn't published a single book in the last 6 years because the last book that he published, it didn't do very well in terms of reviews and stuff. But yeah, I mean throughout though you're kind of suspicious and you're kind of wondering what the hell is this whole deal because everything that happens throughout this movie, he he has a fairly normal reaction to and then as we goes on, he kind of just starts to change a bit. But yeah, I thought he was pretty good. Then there's Gabby, who is the woman that he meets, who was played by Mia Goth, and I mean, last week when I saw Mia Goth in Pearl, she was brilliant, and yeah, in this movie, once again, she's a brilliant actress. I think she does a really good job. Playing this character named Gabby. I won't really say too much about her as a character, but basically, compared to Pearl, who is a sympathetic character, Gabby on the other hand really isn't. There's nothing really about Gabby in this movie that's very sympathetic. She starts off normal at first, but as the movie goes on, she kind of starts to become a little strange, alright, but yeah, I thought that, yeah, I thought she was really good. Amiga Goss, she did a great performance. We hear her speak her normal British accent compared to the American accent that she did for Pearl. But yeah, so I thought she was really good. In terms of character, she was probably the highlight. There's also M, who is James' wife. She was pretty good too. She actually didn't appear in this movie as much as I thought she would, but in the scenes she got, I thought she was pretty good. I mean, she's kind of the most realistic character because she has quite a realistic reaction to everything that happens in the movie. There was a few other characters as well, and they were pretty good too. The plot of the movie was really good. I think the film actually has a really interesting plot. It's a disturbing plot, but it's sure as hell it's interesting. And I think that the movie executes it very well. Yeah, and to be perfectly honest, it's no wonder that this movie is directed by David Cronenberg's son. Because I mean, we do kind of get some like real body shots, all right, and yeah, a lot of disturbing shots indeed. Wasn't really too much for narrative structure, like I mean, because I mean you have the main plot of James like being in this country and like kind of like this like discovering that's going on, and of course there's like this thing about him being an author and stuff and having only one book that fails with critics, but we never really focuses on it much. It kind of just focuses on him like basically everything that just happens throughout the movie. I mean, it was all right. It was fine enough. Um. So yeah. So overall, Infinity Pool is a really good movie. Um. Got some good characters. Some some really good kills as well. Had a lot of great shots. And like it was just a disturbing movie. Like it's not really one to watch like unless you can like really stomach something like it. But yeah, so with that I am going to give Infinity Pool an 8 out of 10. So yeah, of the two movies, John Wick Chapter 4 is the better film. But with that being said though, I still thought that Infinity Pool was a really good movie. Um, so while Infinity Pool lost, I don't know if I'd really call us a loser, to be perfectly honest. Um, but yeah, so yesterday was a very good day for films. So um, of the two Skarsgard brothers, Bill ended up having the better movie, I suppose. But Alexander had a good film too, though. So yeah, I'd say so. This was a very good. This was a very good day for the cinema. Um. So, anyways, with that, I hope you guys all enjoyed episode 3 of Movie Fights. Um. I'll see you guys on my next review. And so with that, take care, guys, and bye.